Hello and welcome back to Shelf Centered. This is Bryce. Thanks so much for stopping by. Thanks for liking and subscribing. If this is something you end up enjoying, you never know, it could happen. Anyway, this is my series where I'm doing my top X amount of books that fit a certain category, whether it's in the past, we've already done fast-paced fantasy, we've done character authors that you might go to for characters. Today is going to be the slower, more methodical, lyrical kind of prose that are possibly my favorites when all is said and done, even though I really love my fast-paced stuff too. But really the slower paced is really the worlds that I just dive into. So anyway, let's jump into it. First things first, I'm going to go with the classic Tigana by Guy Gavriel Kay. This is one of those that, again, it's a standalone, which was great, but it's a thick one, and it is excellently drawn. Just, you could fit under the character video too, but as far as just it gets you there, and it's got great prose, impactful and powerful moments that you kind of build up to, but ever so slowly. You learn a lot about this area of the world that Guy Gavriel Kay has created. This is actually the only one I've read by GGK. I will be reading Lions of Al Rassan, it looks like next month is what we're aiming for here. So I'm excited, but essentially it takes kind of like a part of the world and a period of time in that part of the world and kind of explores it. And I think Al Rassan is maybe Italy or Spain, somewhere around there. I'm not sure exactly, but this is your more medieval type fantasy. So anyway, I absolutely adore this, loved it, and I have heard from some people that's not even the best. So I'm excited to read more Guy Gavriel Kay. Shouldn't have taken me so long. This is one you may be surprised that I'm adding to this, although you may not be, because I think it's pretty fitting. But I have had my frustrations with the author in the past, so that's going to be The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. It's absolutely, I can't deny, it's well told, and I absolutely love it. And there's a reason it is well loved, and one of those is just that Rothfuss has a way with words, and he does a good job of kind of painting this picture while slowly exploring this. And obviously his writing style is to approach this slowly, since we're still waiting for a conclusion to this trilogy. I think it's more for, I shouldn't go into this now, this isn't the list for this, but I think it's more forgivable in George R. R. Martin, who at least has tons of books under his belt, whereas Patrick Rothfuss, you're like, you got a couple books, and then you keep talking about what books you're going to do after this, and it's like, well, then get off the pot and let's do this. The Name of the Wind absolutely fits the bill, though, even though I have my frustrations with the author. But I mean, again, there's a reason for the initial frustrations. I can forgive delays. It's the promises and the frustrations that he causes by not fulfilling his promises that start to really get my blood boiling. This is one of my absolute favorites. I absolutely love this book, adore it, just wish. This author doesn't make any promises, though, so this is standalone. So this is Susanna Clarke, Jonathan Strange, and Mr. Norrell. I don't know where this came into, I'm just bashing authors here, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I love Susanna Clarke's world here. This is, you have to be ready for this. It's a thick boy. You have to be ready for the journey and not necessarily on board for the destination, because the journey, it's a slow one, and it's even more slow by the fact that there are a healthy amount of footnotes. So like I said, the journey is what you have to be there for, not necessarily the destination, because the footnotes are magical. They're great, they're wonderful, and they just add to the dry sense of humor that this absolutely portrays here. So I can't express how just amazing this is, but that, it's got a great ending, but at the same time, it's gonna take its time getting there, and you have over 1,000 pages in just this version, and so it's so magical, though. It's very dry, it's very Dickensian too in some ways, and so I like that dry English humor. And so anyway, I love it, I absolutely adore it, but definitely a slow, meandering way to get to where you want to go. Continue with the thick boys here. So we've got more thick ones. I only have a couple here for some reason, but this is going to be the Malazan Book of the Fallen. This is definitely one you have to be, I mean, look at how fat these are. They reward you, believe me, for all these pages. They reward you greatly with some of the best endings I've ever read in my life. But definitely, especially these later ones. Gardens of the Moon is not quite as slow moving, I don't think. But a lot of this is they take a lot of energy. But these are, you know, again, more when the action happens, it's happening. But sometimes Erickson gets philosophical, and he likes to kind of play with some ideas, and so which I really like. It gets you thinking. And I thought somebody pointed out the other day, like a lot of times he'll give you both sides and just say, hey, think about it. And I like that a lot, actually. Kind of what my profession that's what we have to do for it. But I absolutely, these are it's gonna be slower to get there, and you got to put the work in for these, not unlike Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell, where you're gonna have to put the work in. This is more not in the footnotes, but in reviewing the glossary and the dramatis personae and trying to figure out who the heck is what. All right, and probably my favorite, just kind of example of this, and you will have seen this before if you're watching these videos, combining both the slower getting to the ending and slower pace, but also just gorgeous, beautiful prose, and that's going to be Janny Wirtz. Janny Wirtz absolutely has this in spades, and I am doing a giveaway right now. I'll end it here soon, but there is a giveaway for either this book, Curse of the Mistwraith, I will buy, not my copy, this is mine. I've beaten this one up, okay? Or Song of the Mysteries that I have over here. Again, not that copy, but a hardcover copy of that. I cannot express to you enough how just absolutely brilliant, and just, again, it's slow moving, and it's what this is needed here for. It's what's needed in this world. It's what's needed for these characters. It's what's needed to get you from A to B in just a magical way, because that is Janny Wirtz's writing. It's magical. It's putting things, it's you got to have your dictionary close by. It's just absolutely stunning how she does it. But again, you're not here to blaze through a book like this. This one actually takes me rereading paragraphs, and I know that you're going, wait, but it takes me rereading to go, oh, okay, I get it. I get what's being said here. Every now and then, not all the time, but I do more rereading in these books than I do with other series, because of just the way that the phrase is turned, and how you, oh, okay, it's very clever and very beautifully done. And so anyway, that's my list of my top 5 slower paced fantasy. It's good to have this. It's good to get into the world and just slowly get there where you need to go. I haven't read things like Tad Williams' his Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn, which I hear may fit this bill pretty well. But these are mine, and let me know if you think of any in the comments below. Thanks so much, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.